You know, for more than 1 year, our investigative team has been telling you about outrageous water bills.
Tonight, a hidden camera investigation will show you. On your side, investigator Ron Regan joins us.
Ron, cameras captured what customers have long suspected.
Absolutely. And remember, you don't have to live in Cleveland to get a Cleveland water bill. 79 communities, 1.2 million people get their water from Cleveland. And after more than a year of investigating their complaints, hidden cameras tell the story.
Did they offer to help you?
No.
Cosmo Berardinelli called the Cleveland Water Department when his quarterly water bill claimed $3,000 for water and sewer.
So I immediately called the water department, and they told me, no, it's not a mistake. And they had told me that the reason was because the water ran allegedly 24 hours a day for 3 months.
And is that possible?
Absolutely not.
3 full months went by before the department finally checked his meter. Our hidden cameras caught it all on tape.
It's down here.
What they found was a meter that appeared was a faulty meter.
Like I said, the computer itself is saying no leaks.
No leaks. So Berardinelli persisted.
I kept getting to run around. They made me call different departments. Nobody was calling me back.
But you can clearly hear a technician tell him the meter may not be working properly.
I think you'll be okay. I think something may be going on with the meter.
A few days later, Berardinelli arrived for a Water Review Board hearing, a hearing that found the lack of a properly functioning water meter.
So they send you a letter and they admit that the meter wasn't working.
Correct.
And they're still sticking you with half the bill.
Yes. They offered a payment plan.
That's right. Even though the water meter doesn't work,
I can't see how your bill would jump that high if you don't have any leaks right now.
he's still being stuck with an $800 bill. So we asked Cleveland's Director of Public Utilities to explain. Why does that happen?
Okay.
Why are customers consistently telling us that they get the runaround from you?
Okay. Well, I don't know that that's entirely true.
Well,
but
it is true in this case. This is exactly what happened. It's not. No, it's exactly true. Don't tell me it's not true.
I will say that we have made grave strides in this area. We will continue. We have improved in billing. These are exceptions and not the rules.
Are you trying to pull one over?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not trying to scam them?
Not at all.
And yet, how did they treat you?
I don't think they listened. I don't think they considered the evidence. I don't think they considered their own data and their own evidence. And I don't think they were fair.
Well, the water department now says it's checking into how a customer could still be billed hundreds of dollars with a meter that doesn't even work. I'm Chief Investigator Ron Regan.
Another stunning revelation tonight in our exclusive ongoing investigation into the Cleveland Water Department. A cover-up that could be costing you thousands of dollars. On your side, Chief Investigator Ron Regan joins us tonight. And Ron, you found a critical error that can cause water bills to skyrocket.
Well, it's an error that could affect 400,000 water meters in 79 communities surrounding Cleveland. They're called smart meters, measuring your water every hour. But we found just one dumb mistake can cost you plenty. Every drop is measured at your meter, and from a tiny box outside, it's electronically sent to the water department. Then you get a bill. That's how it's supposed to work. Supposed to.
I would say something's wrong, and we're not paying this $300 bill.
Randy's a building supervisor at this small Cleveland area business.
And there's really nothing in that building except one bathroom, a toilet and a sink, and no shower, no laundry.
So he begged the water department to check his meter.
Is it okay? And he's, well, yeah, it's the same inside as outside.
But skyrocketing bills kept coming.
From the time they put the first clear reads meter in until the situation was finally straightened out, I would say it was over 2.5 years.
Frustrated, he finally tracked down the installer.
And she eventually was the one that came out and said, well, it's not programmed right.
Not programmed right.
Not programmed right. The meter was fine. the little device on the outside of the building that indicates the meter reading was fine.
It looked fine, but was programmed all wrong.
The explanation is that they actually had put the decimal point in the wrong place. They should have been billing me for 0.1 MCF. They were billing me for 1 MCF.
A decimal point in the wrong place. That means for the typical family of 4, instead of 400 gallons a day, the Cleveland Water Department could be billing you 4,000 gallons every day. How could that happen?
I eat, live, breathe, and sleep water meters.
Meet Tom Kelly. He chairs the water industry's Meter Standards Committee.
That develops the standards for all the different types of meters that are being used within
all over the United States.
Yes.
And just received the highest award for ethics and professionalism.
Have you seen that happen?
Yes.
Across the country?
Across the country, yeah.
Kelly's recognized as the nation's leading expert on water meters and installation.
What is most important?
When you install a new system like that, the installation is absolutely critical.
The bill, what they're asking me to pay, is over 10 times as much as the amount of water we're using.
It's a critical issue. And if that resolution isn't set correctly, it has the effect of moving the decimal point over. It could be moved over one place, it might be moved over 2 places. And the minimum impact of that is going to say that it's going to indicate that the customer's consumption is 10 times what it normally would be.
And that could be thousands of dollars.
Yeah, absolutely. It could be thousands of dollars.
And Kelly's not alone. This report, citing factors affecting billing accuracy, was published by Itron, a well-respected global technology company supporting 8,000 utilities. It found many errors can occur during installation that can cause an inaccurate meter read. And it's the same company Cleveland hired to oversee deployment of its 400,000 smart meters in 79 communities.
If it happens on a widespread basis, you know, all the resolution isn't set properly, the utility is going to get inundated with customer complaints about, you know, extraordinarily high bills.
It's subcontractors, not Itron, that install and program those meters. So just how widespread is it? We obtained Water Department records showing at least 3,469 brand new smart meters, either repaired or replaced within just a few years of being installed.
And you do one of these systems, installation is absolutely critical.
Even so, we found the Cleveland Water Department fails to routinely test meters when customers complain of skyrocketing bills. And despite more than 72,000 complaints since smart meters were first installed, it's found only 9 with programming errors. The department declined an interview, but in a statement it blamed extreme cold, disconnected cables, and illegal tampering for the majority of meter repairs.
They should last longer than that.
They should absolutely last longer than that.
Do you believe that the Water Department knows that they have this problem and they're covering it?
I think some of the people do know that they have a problem, but they sure don't want to admit it.
And Randy's bill disappeared with no explanation from the water company at all. Still, both the water company and Itron insist programming errors are not widespread. And when it does happen, they say it overwhelmingly reports less water is used, not more. But if you believe your water meter is not functioning, the Cleveland Water Department wants to know. Call its customer service number tomorrow morning, 216-664-3130. I'm Chief Investigator Ron Regan.
A $5,000 water leak would have been coming out of the ground. Now, if they could prove that I did use it, I'm more than willing to pay it.
Tonight, an exclusive News 5 investigation digging deeper into the Cleveland Water Department and even more bizarre billing tactics. Among the victims, a Cleveland icon who died nearly 30 years ago.
On your side, Chief Investigator Ron Regan joins us live right now. And Ron, you found the Water Department is actually billing the dead?
Well, as bizarre and insensitive as that sounds, it's proving you don't even need a heartbeat to get a skyrocketing water bill.
I'm an on top of it kind of guy. Attention to detail, you know. I know everything that's happening on my property. Everything.
His property is home to 12,000, but not a single one of them is using water.
It's kind of a slap in the face, you know. Here you are, 12,000 people buried here, and you're making us pay a bill for nothing that they did, you know, and nothing that we did. You know, and it's just wrong.
Mike Radigan is property supervisor here at Beechwood's Bet Olam Cemetery.
And this is the one group.
And among the 12,000, a Cleveland icon.
Yesterday and today, the most trusted name in Cleveland broadcasting.
Dorothy Fuldheim died nearly 30 years ago at the age of 96. A broadcasting pioneer who spent 37 years here at WEWS, interviewing every U.S. president since Roosevelt and traveling the world.
It's tantamount to thumbing their noses at us in a crude, deliberately insulting manner.
But neither she nor the 12,000 others here are using a drop of water. Still, not even the grave can stop the Cleveland Water Department.
Opened the mail, looked at a water and sewer bill that just dropped my jaw. You know, a little over $5,000 for this water bill, over $6,000 for the sewer bill.
A non-profit cemetery billed more than $11,000 for water it never used.
Now, if they could prove that I did use it, I'm more than willing to pay it.
Is there any chance that water was used?
Not that I know of. A $5,000 water leak would have been coming out of the ground, okay? And we were even told by a water department representative that we should have seen the water coming out of the ground for a $5,000 water.
It would just be shooting up like a geyser.
Yeah, or rolling out of a manhole lid, or I would have had very many soft spots, but I had none of that. Ground solid.
The quarterly water bill here is usually about $53. Then it suddenly skyrocketed.
And that's your job to know what the grounds look like.
Oh, yeah, because
and the condition of the ground.
If it's spewing out of the ground, it's getting some of my people that are interned here wet. And you can't have that.
The water department claimed it repaired a leak.
We're very observant. I write everything down every day when something happens on my property, and there was nobody here from the Cleveland Water Department.
So Radigan asked the water department for proof.
I actually wanted him to fax me over the work order that they would have to come out and do the repair, and he told me he couldn't do that. And I'm like, well, all I need you to do is prove that you did the work.
He never got a shred of evidence.
I wasn't going to pay for something that I did not use.
So now, a full year later, the Cleveland Water Department insists Radigan is dead wrong.
You will pay that bill. You're going to pay that bill. And I was being bullied. I felt like I was being bullied.
Well, we asked the water department for an explanation last Monday. Yesterday, Bet Olam Cemetery received a new bill with the entire $11 grand in overcharges dropped. No explanation given. I'm Chief Investigator Ron Regan.